Bears ended up picking me up, and Robert Wall said, we're going to pick you up next week. And I said, if you pick me up, you need to look at, there he is, the champion.
He's been a huge influence on your football life and your life in general, hasn't he? Yeah,
Yep.
So when you said to Wolsey, who's pretty tough, when you said to Wolsey you had some special needs in terms of training and preparing for your footy, how did he go, and what were the sort of requests that you asked for from Brisbane back in those days?
Well, he just looked at me and went, you played near enough to 100 games. You've been in the system for 10 years, thereabouts, and we're going to go with you next week.
Because you didn't train with... when you were up there, you didn't train with the team, did you?
For 5 years under Wolsey, I did my own training.
You did your own training.
What about that? What about on those nights when you didn't really feel like it, mate? What happened on those nights?
I just took it easy.
You're allowed to train by yourself.
I trained by myself for the first 5 years.
A lot like you on this program.
How important was Robert Walls in terms of convincing you to come and have a crack at the AFL?
Oh, look, he was really important. Look, he was a real tactician back in the late 70s, early 80s with what he'd done with Fitzroy and then going to Carlton. So,
but he made a beeline for you, didn't he?
He did. He most probably saw what I didn't see in me and a few other people. And look, you talk about the forward pressure act stuff. I used to do. That's why I used to get a game, because I had to forward, tackle pressure and all that. Didn't get too many kicks, but a goal or two here and there. But that's what he loved. He loved it hard and straight. If you didn't do that, mate, well, we heard all about the boxing ring, we won't go that far, but that's what it's like.
But it's surprising to me, because we've all heard these stories of how fearsome he was, yet you really loved him as a coach.
Oh, look, he's... I think he's an ex-school teacher as well, so you know what our old school teachers like. There's always 3 or 4 you don't really like, and there's a handful that you really love. And I think he was one of those blokes, obviously being I don't know if he was a PE teacher or not, but obviously he's a football coach, and being that sort of thing, I had a real good rapport with him. So
you didn't always seem eye to eye, though, did you? Did you, or did you not have a falling out at a pre-season bike ride? Is that? Am I on the money here?
Yeah, mate. Look, we had a pre-season bike ride up Mount Tambourine. And obviously it's a road pretty much all the way, and they gave us, the blokes who didn't have bikes, they gave us mountain bikes, so they thought we were going up mountains, but we were riding on roads. Anyway, it took all that. I'm not a bad rider, so I had a 10-speed back in the day. Yeah. So I'm out there riding the bike and with the boys, and I'm about 15, 20, so going all right. You got all these blokes in Lycra and on their 10 speeds and, doing the Tour de Cure and all this sort of stuff. So they're out there going, and we got to the bottom of the hill, and I seen a few blokes pull up, and, Wolsey's coming down in a ute and picking up a few blokes with bikes. It was tough to get up there, and he's come past me once, and I've gone, he'd come back and get me, yep, I'll get you, Whitey, no worries. And he's come down and gone past me again, and this time there was a few explicits and a few more other things said, and then he's done it the third time, so I just grabbed the bike and threw it over the edge. So, took me most probably 45 minutes to ride all that. Took me most probably an hour to go down and get the bike.
He told you to go to the
I was the one who done it.
Yeah, you had 4, or sort of 5, but 4 main coaches during your career. Did one of your coaches had something to say about the long sleeve jumper?
Yeah, Robert Walls didn't like it. One night before a game, he said, get those long sleeves off and get some oil on your arms. He literally rubbed the oil on my arms.
Was that a bit weird, Wolsey rubbing oil on your arms?
No, I loved Wolsey.
Yeah,
Wolsey was my first coach. Yeah. He gave me my first game. I absolutely loved him. I remember when he got the sack, I wrote him a handwritten letter saying thank you so much, and he responded, and I kept his letter forever. Yeah. I think it's still in the box with a couple of BNFs, Sam.
Hey, can you...